In 1975, the world was introduced to the Sweat Hogs, a group of unruly students in a Brooklyn classroom that no one believed in. Yet through the small screen, all of America laughed and cried alongside them. Behind those bursts of laughter, however, lay deeply haunting real-life stories. One man who became a global superstar but lost everyone he loved. Another who walked away from Hollywood at the peak of his career, and one who created one of television's most iconic laughs from the final breath of his dying father. 1. John Travolta, Vinnie Barbarino, a radiant superstar, and songs written in grief. In the memories of audiences who cherish 1970s television, the image of Vinnie Barbarino, with his voluminous hair and irresistible charm in Welcome Back, Kotter, remains unforgettable. John Travolta joined the cast at just 21 years old, bringing with him all the energy and charisma of a young man from New Jersey. Few people know that his extraordinary career nearly never happened. His mother, a seasoned acting teacher, feared that playing a naive Brooklyn kid would typecast her son into shallow roles, preventing him from reaching true artistic heights. Defying those concerns, Vinnie Barbarino not only made Travolta a household name across America, but also became the launching pad for his meteoric rise to global superstardom. While the show was still airing, he ignited cultural phenomena with Saturday Night Fever and Grease, transforming himself into the defining icon of the disco era. Yet behind the dazzling spotlight and electrifying dance moves lay a life marked by profound personal tragedy. In 1977, at the height of his fame, Travolta endured devastating loss when his girlfriend, Diana Hyland, passed away from cancer in his arms. Years later, tragedy struck again when his eldest son, Jet, died at the age of 16 following a seizure. And in 2020, his wife, Kelly Preston, lost her private battle with breast cancer, leaving behind an irreplaceable void in his life. By 2026, at the age of 72, Travolta possesses a fortune estimated at $250 million and an impressive collection of aircraft. Yet he has chosen a quieter, more private life, devoting himself to his remaining children. His story stands as a testament to resilience. A man who carries unimaginable emotional scars, yet continues to embody the grace of a Hollywood gentleman, transforming personal grief into depth and quiet strength every time he appears before the public. 2. Gabe Kaplan, Gabe Kotter, the smartest man in every room. In the world of Welcome Back, Kotter, the character of Gabe Kotter was not only the heart of the Sweat Hogs classroom, it was a direct reflection of Gabe Kaplan himself. The series was inspired by Kaplan's own turbulent youth growing up in the tough neighborhoods of Brooklyn. Yet before becoming a television icon, his greatest dream was far removed from the classroom. It was on the baseball field. After failing to pursue a professional sports career, he turned to entertainment, channeling his struggles and life experiences into a story that resonated with millions. While the show brought him fame, behind the scenes Kaplan faced an exhausting battle. He frequently clashed with producers who sought to turn his creation into a purely commercial machine, stripping away its authenticity. The tension escalated to the point where Kaplan made the bold decision to leave the show in its final season, a move many at the time considered career suicide in Hollywood. But Kaplan was never one to let circumstances define him. Instead of clinging to fading fame, he pivoted into an entirely different arena, one that demanded sharp intellect, psychological insight, and strategic mastery: professional poker. He quickly established himself as one of the world's elite players, competing in prestigious tournaments such as the World Series of Poker, WSOP. With total winnings reaching into the millions, Kaplan proved that he was not only a gifted storyteller, but also a formidable strategist. By 2026, at the age of 81, Gabe Kaplan enjoys a life of wealth, independence, and pride. He is not just an actor or writer, but a legend in the world of professional poker. His journey delivers a powerful message. When one door closes, the truly intelligent do not stand still and complain. They find a new table, learn the rules, and win the game on their own terms. 3. Robert Hedges, Juan Epstein, a quiet revolutionary and a multicultural legacy. In the landscape of 1970s American television, where racial boundaries were still visibly present on screen, the introduction of Juan Epstein in Welcome Back, Kotter marked a subtle yet powerful cultural shift. Actor Robert Hedges delivered a standout performance as a student of mixed Jewish and Puerto Rican heritage. This was far more than a comedic role. It was a groundbreaking step toward normalizing multicultural identities in mainstream American media, something rarely seen in 1975. Hedges' journey to the role was equally unexpected. With his confident demeanor and striking looks, he initially auditioned for the role of Vinnie Barbarino. But when fate led him to Juan Epstein instead, he embraced it wholeheartedly. He crafted the character into a lovable rogue, best known for his hilariously creative forged excuse notes, each beginning with the iconic line, "Dear Mr. Kotter, please excuse Juan from class," because his wit, charm, and clever mischief made Epstein one of the most beloved members of the Sweathogs. After the show ended, Hedges chose not to chase fading fame in Hollywood. Instead, he found purpose in education, becoming a screenwriting teacher at universities, where he shared his expertise in crafting layered, memorable characters. His career stands as proof that a true artist continues to contribute meaningfully, on stage or beyond it. Tragically, in 2012, Robert Hedges passed away suddenly from a heart attack at the age of 60 in Metuchen, New Jersey, his hometown. Though his life was cut short, his legacy endures. He not only brought laughter to audiences, but also helped open doors for cultural diversity in Hollywood. Hedges proved that no matter one's background, sincerity and humor remain universal languages that connect millions. 4. Ron Palillo, Arnold Orhack, laughter born from death and the tragedy of typecasting. Within the vibrant world of Welcome Back, Kotter, Arnold Orhack stood out as an eccentric, enthusiastic student, instantly recognizable by his raised hand and his unforgettable wheezing, broken laugh. Audiences across America adored and imitated that laugh, embracing it as a symbol of carefree humor. But behind the joy it brought lay a heartbreaking truth that actor Ron Palillo carried silently for decades. Few could have imagined that Horshack's iconic laugh was inspired by something deeply tragic: the labored, trembling breathing of Palillo's father during his final moments battling lung cancer. Ron unknowingly transformed the sound of suffering, of life slipping away, into a source of laughter for millions. The cruel irony is undeniable. The nation laughed along to an echo of death, unaware of the sorrowful origin behind it. The immense popularity of Arnold Orhack became both a blessing and a curse. It turned into a golden cage that confined Palillo's career. After the show ended, he struggled to secure serious roles, as casting directors could only see him as the quirky boy with the strange laugh. His true passion, dramatic theater, was overshadowed by the character that defined him. This professional stagnation, coupled with the weight of typecasting, led him into periods of deep depression, isolation, and emotional turmoil. Fate dealt one final, haunting coincidence. Just 7 months after his co-star Robert Hedges passed away, Ron Palillo also died of a sudden heart attack in 2012 at the age of 63. The two former classmates of the Sweathogs left the world in the same year, from the same cause, both having spent much of their adult lives trying to step out from the long shadow of their shared fame. Ron Palillo departed quietly, taking with him that peculiar, unforgettable laugh, leaving behind a somber reminder of the hidden cost of fame and the silent struggles that often exist behind the spotlight. 5. Lawrence Hilton Jacobs, Freddie Boom Boom Washington, the man who never stopped learning and the endurance of a legend. Among the rebellious sweat hogs at James Buchanan High School, if Vinnie Barbarino was the face of the group, then Freddie Boom Boom Washington was the embodiment of cool. With his effortless confidence, radiant smile, and signature catchphrase, "Hi there," Lawrence Hilton Jacobs crafted a character who was not only charismatic, but also deeply self-assured. One remarkable detail that highlights Lawrence's professionalism: he was the only cast member to appear in all 95 episodes of Welcome Back, Kotter. Across 4 seasons, Freddie Washington never missed a single class, with Mr. Kotter making Lawrence the most consistent student, both on-screen and in real life. His career did not stall or become typecast after the show ended. As a true artist, Lawrence transitioned seamlessly across multiple creative fields. Audiences witnessed his powerful performance in the landmark miniseries Roots, and beyond acting, he contributed as a vocalist, his warm baritone helping shape the sound of legendary artist Rick James in the iconic track Super Freak. This versatility allowed him to sustain a long, stable career in Hollywood, an achievement few sitcom stars managed to attain. By 2026, at the age of 72, Lawrence Hilton Jacobs continues to work tirelessly. In recent interviews, with silver hair but still sharp, expressive eyes, he often reflects on the loneliness of being the one who remains. One by one, his close co-stars like Robert Hedges, Epstein, and Ron Palillo, or Hack, have passed on, leaving behind voids that can never truly be filled. He now sees himself as a living witness, the final storyteller of the Sweat Hog's legacy. Every memory, every laugh, every tear on the Buchanan set is something he holds dear. For Lawrence, continuing to stand before the camera in his 70s is not just fortune. It is a tribute to a golden era that shaped his life. His journey is a testament to perseverance. In the world of art, the true victor is not only the one who shines brightest, but the one who endures the longest, the one who never stops learning in the lifelong pursuit of connecting with audiences. 6. Marcia Strassman, Julie Kotter, the resilient wife, and the silent battle beyond the camera. In the world of Welcome Back, Kotter, while Gabe Kotter guided the unruly sweat hogs, Julie Kotter stood as his emotional anchor, the calm harbor and unwavering support behind him. The role was portrayed by Marcia Strassman, who secured the part after outperforming numerous strong contenders in Hollywood. An intriguing detail: among those who auditioned but were not selected was the iconic beauty Farrah Fawcett. The producers made a deliberate choice. Farrah was considered too glamorous, too radiant for the grounded, relatable image of a middle-class wife in Brooklyn. Casting Marcia Strassman brought balance and authenticity, making the Kotter household feel real and believable. Yet behind her gentle on-screen presence, Marcia's experience on set was far from pleasant. She later openly admitted that she did not enjoy working on the show. The environment was marked by intense pressure and manipulation from producers focused primarily on profit, often creating tension among the cast. Despite this, Marcia remained deeply professional, delivering a nuanced and compassionate performance that gave Julie Kotter emotional depth. After leaving the series, she continued to prove her versatility, achieving global recognition as the mother in the blockbuster Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. This role reaffirmed her range and demonstrated that she could not be confined to a single image. However, her greatest battle took place far from the spotlight. In 2007, Marcia was diagnosed with late-stage breast cancer, a devastating prognosis that gave her an estimated 2.5 years to live. Instead of surrendering, she displayed extraordinary resilience. She fought not only for herself, but also became an advocate, raising awareness about breast cancer and supporting other women facing the same struggle. Through sheer determination, she defied medical expectations, living for 7 more years surrounded by love from family and colleagues. Marcia Strassman passed away in 2014 at the age of 66, leaving behind a legacy of courage. Though she is gone, the image of Julie Kotter, the intelligent, compassionate wife, and Marcia herself, a woman of remarkable strength, remain enduring sources of inspiration for anyone facing adversity. 7. John Sylvester White, Vice Principal Woodman, A Final Rest by the Pacific. Within the character ecosystem of Welcome Back, Kotter, if the Sweathogs embodied chaos and Mr. Kotter represented empathy, then Vice Principal Michael Woodman stood as the personification of rigid discipline and uncompromising conservatism. The man who brought this unforgettable counterbalance to life was John Sylvester White. With his perpetually stern expression, piercing gaze, and sharply sarcastic exchanges with the unruly students, he created an authority figure who was at once intimidating, absurdly funny, and absolutely essential in highlighting the show's spirit of freedom. Behind the success of Michael Woodman, however, lies a story of perseverance and unexpected destiny. Few people know that before stepping onto the James Buchanan set, John Sylvester White had grown so disillusioned with acting that he abandoned the profession entirely. For 18 long years, he lived a completely different life, working as a salesman just to make ends meet. It seemed as though his artistic journey had come to a permanent end, until fate intervened. His late career casting as Woodman brought him back to Hollywood, transforming him into a familiar face for millions of American viewers. After the show concluded in 1979, White made a symbolic life choice, one that mirrored the very desires his character often complained about on screen. He left behind the noise of school hallways and the intensity of city life in search of peace. He chose Hawaii, a paradise of golden sunlight and endless blue seas, as his place of retirement. There, he shed the strict persona of Vice Principal Woodman and embraced a quieter, simpler existence along the vast shores of the Pacific Ocean. That tranquility was eventually interrupted when he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. John Sylvester White passed away in 1988 at the age of 68, becoming the first principal cast member of Welcome Back, Kotter, to leave this world. His passing deeply affected his fellow cast members, marking the loss of a vital piece of the Sweathogs family. His life forms a poetic circle. It began with resignation, found renewed purpose in its final chapter, and ultimately concluded with a peaceful rest, true to its meaning, by the gentle rhythm of ocean waves, where both order and rebellion fade into insignificance.